Hello YouTube, this is Ben here with Tech Time with Ben. Today we are going to be disassembling this old hard drive from an old server. Specs on this are, it's a 10K RPM drive, Ultra SCSI 2, 9.1 gigabytes, a whole whopping 9.1 gigabytes. I don't think I've ever taken apart an Ultra SCSI 2 hard drive, although I imagine the insides are probably not very much different than a typical hard drive. So let's get right into it. Looks like we have some Torx bits on the side that hold it into the cage, and then some Torx bit on the top. So let me go grab my trusty bit set here. And let's find some bits that'll work. Too small. Looks like it's going to be a T15 on the side. Yep. I apologize for any Facebook noises that might happen. I do have Facebook open because I was talking to my friend. We were out geocaching earlier today, so we were talking about our adventures that we had. Okay, now that's out of the way. There's a cage with Dust Bunny. There we go. Now the cage is out of the way. Now there's spots on the front of the cage here for some LED lights, and all that is just some light pipe that goes to the back here, and so the back plane actually has the LEDs, and then it just light pipes it up to the front, which is really neat because when it's in operation, these are actually pretty bright on the front, even though they go through this much of a light pipe all the way to the back. Alright, now let's see what we're going to need. Oh, the other thing that I think is interesting to point out is on the side, since it is a 10K RPM drive, there's actually a thermal pad on either side to try and draw away the heat from the hard drive itself into the cage. And so the cage is, I think it's aluminum, but it'll expand a little bit. But yeah, so it's made to carry the heat away from the drive and put it out into the whole chassis of the backplane. Alright, now we gotta find the right Torx bit for the top there, and I think it's gonna be either a T7 or a T8. T7 doesn't fit. Let's try a T8. There we go, T8. Alright, now there are going to be hidden screws underneath the label, probably here, and it looks like right here. But we'll start with these outer four here. Now, do not, under any circumstance, do this to a working hard drive. You will not be able to get it working again after you take it apart, and it does void the warranty. So, just forewarning, if you try to replicate this yourself to see what's inside your hard drive. Some of these can be quite hard to undo, because all of them are torqued down to a specific torque, and that's the other reason why, even if you're in a completely clean environment and you take the cover off, it's very hard to get the proper torque on the hard drive covers, which actually does affect how the hard drive operates, interestingly enough. This is probably going to be either the same or different. It feels like the same. There we go. See it coming through the cover here. Trying to. Come on. There we go. Split the cover there. Perfect. And then, is there one there? Feels like it. Yep. There we go. Looks like we're going to have to use something to split the cover around this so it'll come out. Perfect. Alright. And there's a screw, and you can see a little bit of the label inside there. Where the thing punched through. Alright, now this whole thing is probably partially glued down with a adhesive gasket. We're just going to take a flathead bit here and try to pry up. You can kind of hear it. Let's try down here. Now doing this actually does bend the cover a little bit. Actually, I missed some more. There's one right there. I have some more screws to remove. There's one. And I bet there's probably another one hiding underneath this one here. Yep. Alright, I got some more screws to take out. I'll switch back to my T8 bit. And if any of you are wondering where I got this screwdriver bit set, I actually got it as part of a kit from Costco with a bunch of other screwdrivers. I gotta say, this has got to be my favorite bit driver that I have. There we go. And we're in. Oh, maybe. What are we getting caught on? Oh, okay. I have a mechanism right there on the lid, attached to the lid, is hitting the platter. Let's go ahead and take a look at this mechanism here. It's plastic, and basically all it is a desiccant material right here. And if you look, there's kind of a dimple right there where it's kind of been sandwiched. Oh, right there, I guess. Usually there's a hole that goes to the outside, and that's probably underneath right here, where it goes. No, maybe not. There it is. So there's underneath this sticker here is a hole that goes into the hard drive, through the hard drive casing. What that hole does is it allows pressure to equalize from the outside and inside of the case. Otherwise, it's actually a fairly thick piece of plate that's been stamped out. I'll set that off to the side. Also note the rubber gasket is on there. That's pretty thick as well. Now, let's see here. This went in here like so. You hear the silica gel packets in there. And then the other thing that's on here is an air filter. So when the discs spin up, anything that's in there that is on the discs or anywhere will get caught in here. And this was sitting in here just like that. So as it spins, goes through and catches and cleans the air. Not like there should be anything in there when the thing is manufactured, but you never know. Okay, and then there usually is a catch mechanism to keep this from, all it is just a magnet that keeps it. Already you can see all the dust that's accumulated on here. Alright, so I guess let's find a Torx bit that'll fit that and undo the platter. It's looks like 4 platters for almost 10 gigabytes worth. Not a very high density. Alright. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna sit down. My back's starting to hurt. Alright. Let's bring out our Torx bits here. And T5, is it? Let's try T6. T6 it is. Alright. My guesstimations has always been, so far, have been 1 under each time. I'm trying not to get my fingerprints on the platters themselves because platters, I don't know, in my opinion, the platters just look pretty when they don't have fingerprints on them. They're also really hard to clean, so. There are a couple of spots where I've got my fingerprints on them. Actually, it is interesting to note, there is nothing on this top here. The only thing, oh wow. So, even though there's 4 platters in here, they're only using the bottom and probably both the top and then bottom and top of the first 2 platters. And then, let's see here, the rest of the platters doesn't look like there's anything on there. You can see there's the ribbons here, and there's nothing going out on these 3 legs here. So there's 2 platters that are not being used at all, potentially 3. So had they manufactured this to be a higher spec drive, they would have put in a different head here that had more read-write heads on it. Just interesting that they chose to omit those to make it a lower spec drive, even though it has most of the hardware in here for more space than that. Alright, then this plate lifts off. Oop. So here's that plate. Just a finely machined and polished plate that applies pressure on all the discs. This is very light, and I don't think it's pure aluminum. It's probably a mixture of aluminum and something else. But it is very finely machined. All right, let's see if we can't get these to swing out of the way more. Grab a bigger screwdriver here and try to lift out half the magnets. Oh, almost had it. No, don't do that. They're so strong magnets. There we go. Ooh, look at that. That is beefy. Super strong. Make sure you don't get this near anything that you don't want damaged by magnets. Because they are super, super strong. Alright, so it looks like we have this bushing here. Oop. Bushing here. That keeps that from going off the platters, and even then it's still not enough to get that out of the way. But you can see the heads of, now you can see the heads, and so they were using 5 surfaces. So the middle disc there, they were using 1 surface. Alright, I think we're going to, at this point, try to get the rest of the heads out. It's not quite the right size for that. Alright, let's try this screwdriver. Hopefully I can get it to undo the spindle here. There's a little bit of glue in there, feels like. Come on. Not sure how to get that off. Oh well, we should be able to carefully lift these platters out now without going off to the side. At least this top platter. Well, there you go, nice mirror finish there. Very nifty. It's all dirty on that side. Alright, we'll stick this off to the side on some paper. And then the next thing we have is a spacer disc. And the next platter, which, well, that's an interesting arrangement. You can see they're on the, they're like offset from each other. I don't know, oop, that's off frame. Okay, let's try this again. You can see they're offset from each other. The spots that hold the little heads, read-write heads. It's quite interesting. Okay, how are we going to get the rest of this out? This with our fingers. Alright, let's try. I need to be able to get this out. Let's try a different screwdriver. I don't think this one's any better. Nope. I can't get that out. Might have to take the Dremel to it and widen this out. In the meantime, carefully take some of this out. Let's just try. Oh, hey, there we go. Well, that's one way of getting it out. Just tip it over. Alright, there's disc 2. Which surprisingly actually has, well, there it goes. Didn't want to be held onto the other disc. Okay, let's see if we can try that again. Oh, easy peasy. Grabbing that disc out. Another spacer. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get those ones out quite just yet. So I guess let's move our attention to elsewhere on the disk. Yeah. Definitely messed up now. Okay, let's go focus our attention on the backside here, which is Phillips. Let's go to Phillips here. I'll just remove this board. There might be screws hiding under it. Oh, screws everywhere now. Go. Lift off. Oh, let's unplug the motor first. There we go. And there we go. That's the board out. Okay, we'll set that off to the side. Insulator here, which is actually kind of like a cottony material. That kind of reminds me of like Tyvek though, the way it's kind of randomly woven down. Okay. Now we have some more Torx bit screws. Let's see, T8s. Yes. Oh goodness, these ones are tight. Almost looks like this is a cover plate. It is a cover plate. Let's see what's under it. Maybe. Oop. Maybe not with that screwdriver. Whoa, there we go. Just two small little pieces of glue to hold that down. I'm curious to see what's under here, though. Maybe there's more screws. There are more screws. Alright. Oh, hey, there we go. That'll be able to get the spindle off for us. Perfect. Well, not the spindle, but the other bit. Center post for the read-write magnetic heads. Oh, it's just a hole. I wonder what's underneath here. That's a good question. Gently use that to pry up underneath here. Oh, looks like this motor is actually removable. That's cool. DC brushless motor. Looks like, oh, it's 3 conductor. Okay, well, I had to switch cameras here because my other phone overheated, the one that I was using to record. So, and it decided to shut off on me. So, here we are. Let's see if we can turn on. Oh, maybe we can't turn on the flashlight on while we're recording. Oh well. Okay, so we are. Oh. Okay. Oh. Well, that allows us to be able to get this other disc off, I think. Maybe. So close. Maybe not. Close but no cigar. Okay, let's try this center post here. Oh yeah, that's the sound I wanted to hear. Oh, there's that disc, and almost have this off. There we go. Perfect. Now, just need to, there's another disc that I just, you know what, the heck with it, we'll just smear it all up. It takes oils really well. And then pull this guy out. I think, yeah. There we go. Okay. So that's this whole mechanism here. The read-write head. And there's the center spindle here that has the bearings that it moves on, and then there's the voice coil that uses to seek back and forth on. And then there's all of our read-write heads right there. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 10 or so that potentially could have had. So it was only using half of the space that this hard drive could have had. So it could have had almost 20 gigabytes of data instead of the almost 10 that it had. Just I find to be quite interesting. So we'll put that platter over there. There's 5 platters there. Out of the way. Maybe. Well, we'll put it there. There we go. Alright, so now at this point the only thing we have left is our other hard drive magnet and the motor. And let's try to get the other side of that magnet out. This one will be stuck down with some more glue. Maybe. Actually, no. It's stuck down with a screw. All these little stickers everywhere. Alright, well, that's another highly powerful magnet, and I think I'm going to take this one and put it on my computer case. Well, maybe not. Let's stick it on the clamp that's holding this. Okay. Yeah, okay. My new phone handles heat a lot better, apparently, when I'm recording. I also don't have the light on, so that probably is a factor. Okay. Now, let's see here. There's that other rubber grommet thing, which went on to this post like so. There's those. Alright, now back down to what? The T6? Yep. Let's see if we can't extract this brushless motor. I think we'll keep these screws as well. It'll serve as a good mounting point for it. There we go. Now the only thing that's left is a bunch of stickers on here and a heavily machined piece of aluminum. So, we got the aluminum, we got our motor here, which is really awesome, which I'm going to take and screw these screws back into real quick. Maybe. Might need a magnet to help me with this task. I think I'll manage though. Okay, there's one screw. Oh. Oops. I hope I didn't just damage that. There we go. Whoop. Ooh, that was loud. There's that, and then the discs. 5 platters. And then there's our... throw in a couple of these guys here. Keep it down. Alright, so you got our spindle motor, our spindle with the 5 platters. You got the posts that separate out the 2 magnets, which are over here. And then you have the heads with the voice coil and the interface to the board on the other side of the deal there. You got a huge massive amounts of screws, a little cover plate, the chassis, the separator, the board itself, a little filter media and desiccant, and then the heavy top plate. I'm curious, the top plate weighs just about the same, if not heavier, than the whole body of this itself. So, there you have it. Nice expensive hard drive that probably cost a lot back when it was first made. That isn't so expensive anymore. Well, thank you for watching, and yeah, have a good day.